Hi everybody, all my being better moms out there. I hope everybody is doing very well. Let me start by introducing myself. I'm Dr. Munira. I'm a pediatric physical therapist and I'm also the co-founder of a company called Tickle Right Education. Tickle Right is essentially a right brain education program where we do over 25 to 30 activities with the kids every single class, and each activity stimulates a different brain function. Okay, so that's enough about me. And let me quickly start with our topic for discussion today, reading for kids. And you're like, okay, we know that reading for kids is very important. But what I'm going to speak about today is reading to our youngest kids from newborns up till the age of 2. So let's get started. Anybody who knows me knows one thing about me, that I'm a very strong believer that all babies are geniuses. And let me start by talking about my favorite topic is about reading. How can you read to your kids, and how can you get your very young kids to start reading independently as well? So let's start with the little benefits. What happens when you start reading to your newborns? The first thing is it acts as a great bonding time. So since the time your child is born, you must start reading to them. And you may wonder, but Miss Munira, they may not really understand most of our words, they may not comprehend. You're absolutely right. When you start reading to your newborns, you're not really reading so that they can comprehend everything. You're rather reading to get them acquainted to your voice. Once you start doing that, the baby is very quick at realizing that, oh, I'm hearing a lot of this voice, and it is very calming and soothing to the baby. And at the same time, they instantly bond knowing that you are that primary caregiver. So first step, bonding. So much so that I read in a study that when some of the kids are in the neonatal ICU and parents aren't allowed to touch them, in order to establish intimacy between the parent and the child, the doctor recommends that the parents read to the baby or they sing to the baby. Next step, prepping your baby to read. So as I said that you can start reading to your newborns. A lot of times moms will ask me, but so what kind of books? The easy ones, right? Like big picture books, simple sentences. What should we read? Guys, you can read absolutely anything to them. You can read a newspaper article, you can read your favorite novel to them, you can read absolutely anything that you'd like. I'll tell you why. As I said, when the kids are very young, they're not really comprehending too much, but what they're focusing on are the beats and the rhythms of your voice, the tone of your voice, the inflections of your voice. That is very important. Along with that, they're picking up that, okay, there's a lot of language going on in the background, but it is leading to one thing, their readiness to read the next time. Once you actually start reading to them, they will be ready to read because they've already been, accustomed to the idea of reading. Also, in our books, when we read adult books, our sentences are much longer. So they have an attention span of concentrating on bigger sentences as we are reading. Let's move on to the next one. Very important. It boosts brain power. It is, of course, if you're reading so much to your babies, it is no science, right? That the kids' vocabulary is going to be much better. It is going to enhance their language skills. But a study even found out that it also improves their math skills. Who knew, right? That's like a double whammy. It's my favorite one. Imagine like reading is causing your kids to have improved mathematical abilities. It just blows my mind every single time. I was reading a journal which was based on developmental and behavioral pediatrics, and they also said that every day, if you read to your child since the time they're born up till the age of 5, you have exposed your child to 1.4 million different words. Isn't that amazing? Can you imagine how amazing it is going to be for your child's reading capabilities and also their linguistic capabilities? It's really good. Okay, let's move on to the next one. It introduces emotions to them, emotions through reading. Now, emotions feeling non-verbally is one thing, but how can they start realizing emotions through your words? I'll just give you a very simple example. Imagine you present Miss Munira with a cupcake and you're like, how is that, Mun? And I go like, oh, it's good. Or if I go like, oh, that's good. Did you see? I added some sort of feeling, some expressions to that. Kids start picking onto that very quickly, which is very important for them to increase their emotional quotient. Okay, Now that we've gone through all the benefits, everybody is going to ask me, but how should my kids start reading independently? You all know everything about what you should be reading to your kids when your kids are younger. Read them very, very young, up till say 5 months. You can read them any of your articles, or it doesn't matter what book you read. Once you know that, okay, now starting to comprehend a lot more, then start reading kids books or any books that you think are appropriate. You can also make your own books. I'll take you there in a second. Second part to this is how you can get your kids to read independently. For reading independently, we use something which is called as sight word reading. And everybody's like, but they start reading through phonics, right? My kids who don't know ABCs, how are they directly going to start reading? Through sight words. Now imagine, we show a lot of flashcards to our kids. So if you show them an apple, an image of an apple, and you tell them, my dear child, look at that. That's an apple. Isn't it lovely? That's an apple. That's how we introduce most of the things when we are teaching our kids, isn't it? The same with the words. If you show them the word apple and tell them that, my dear child, that's an apple, the brain is very intelligent to pick that entire image entirely. So wherever they see the word apple, the brain would know that, yeah, that's the word apple. That's how you start reading. That's exactly how sight word works. Now, let's start what kind of sight words. You can use absolutely any sight words. The only few things that you need to know are they need to be precise, they need to be big. By big, I don't mean write in uppercase, because all our books are written in lowercase. So write in lowercase, the font size has to be big. Okay, let me start. So once I start showing you, this is my set that I made for the kids. In each set, I try to keep around 10 to 15 cards. And while you start showing these flashcards to your kids, see to it that you and your child both are in a very happy mood. You want to have fun. If you are irritable, or if your child is irritable or sleepy, it's not going to work. So see to it that both of you all are having fun. Second point is keep it very precise, very clean. Look at my words. So that is daddy. Did you see it's written very bold? Black or red, most preferred color. Please don't write in cursive or shabby handwriting. The kids find it very hard to read. So look at that. Make it very clear. That says daddy. Moving on to the next one. Smile. Hey, look at that. A fun one. Confounding. Did you see that? Then you can keep moving on. Bedazzle. Funny. Amazing. Mommy, my dear one, that's me. That's your mommy. You can read a few, put it away. You can start with as many words as you like. I generally prefer that you start with anywhere between 8 to 10 words, and every 3 to 4 days, get a different set of words and keep exposing it to them. How many times you should be doing it? Roughly around 3 to 4 times a day, no more than 10 to 15 seconds. You don't want to bore the kids. Just have fun while you're doing them, yeah? Respect your baby. If your baby is looking here or there, your child is just not ready, don't push them to read, because then you're taking away the love for learning. So when both of y'all are prepared, your baby is very observant and loves learning new things. Yes, you just have to start in a right time. So these are the words. First you start with words, then you start moving to small couplets like I'm your mommy, where is daddy, we love ice creams. These are small couplets and short sentences. So once you're done with the words and you feel that, oh, we've done a lot of words, within this one year or 6 months, then you can start moving to couplets. Okay. After that, sometimes when you've done a lot of these sight words, you've done a lot of these couplets, the next step would be to read them books. So when you're reading them books, see to it that the print is very precise, they have colorful pictures so the kids can relate, they're having fun. Or you could make your own books. Here's a book that I made. It's about the universe. So I only have text on one side. Look at that. It says there are many different theories on how the universe started, but the most known one is the Big Bang theory. And then I show them a picture of the Big Bang. Easy. Then you move on to the next one. Big Bang is actually a big explosion that occurred around 10 to 20 billion years ago when nothing else existed. And then you show them another picture. Things like that. So on and so forth. So you can make your own books. I just made it on the universe. You can make it on dinosaurs. You can make it on kitchen time. You can make it on bath time. Whatever you like. The kids will love to read their own books, which one side has very clearly written print and the other side has a few pictures to make it more relatable to them. Yes, but please see to it that you're having lots of fun, things are very clear. Don't overwhelm the kids. Don't overwhelm yourself either. Just use simple materials at home. Big placards, write in red or black, not cursive. Try to keep it as print as possible because we read print in the books. That's the easiest for the kids. So that's it from me today. I hope you guys had fun, and until next time.